But you are aware that the folks in the collaborative law frame see this as being entirely different from without merging into mediation.
It started out that way. And it started out that way for really just lack of context. There's just no awareness that there was this larger dispute resolution context. But voices like Bernie Mayer coming to the Ontario conference and coming to the board of IACP to do a retreat workshop 2 years ago when I was on the board, saying, I want to ask you this question. Do you see yourselves as part of the dispute resolution field? Now, for lawyers, they didn't. They just thought, well, this is another way to practice law. That was me, 25 years ago. But slowly but surely, they're realizing we are in a world, we are in a context that exists. There are distributors here from the Massachusetts Collaborative Group, and I'm so pleased to see that, because we need that. We need to have tables at each conference. We need to have speakers at each conference. Originally, the interdisciplinary associates of the collaborative model were lawyers, mental health professionals, financial planners, and mediators. That was the original group that was included. The non-mediator types just dropped references to mediators. And then you had this sort of schism, and you had mediators feeling excluded, you had them being disregarded, you had in some instances people actually fighting to try and stop the movement, which was, I think, just a policy mistake. But now you've got lawyers how profound the shift is occurring is the movement itself was fractured into the law-only model. 2 lawyers sit down with their clients, settle a case, and the multidisciplinary model. And there was tremendous tension from the mental health community, just like in AFM there had been for years, about lawyers and therapists. And that only got resolved 2 years ago at an IACP board meeting that actually I was in attendance. And it's taken a lot of dialogue and a lot of frankness and a lot of people talking about their fears. And watching it, it's just like watching a couple in mediation. Getting down where they're finally open, honest, speaking without criticism, without judgment, just saying their feelings, and discovering through facilitation. We had a facilitated workshop by the woman who's been in charge of marketing the profession, done a brilliant job with that. And she started by saying, let's work on a mission statement. And so everybody in the room, and we've got the lawyer group in the room, and you've got the multidiscipline therapist group in the room, as board members, all working on this mission statement. And we went through let's see who can come up with the best word first kind of competition. And sooner or later, she worked us through distilling it down to where finally she had complete consensus of every word in the mission statement in the room. And then we turned to, now, who does this field belong to? And the question was, well, does it belong to lawyers? Does it belong to multidisciplinary? And by the end of that, everyone in the room agreed that the collaborative practice field needed to be a large tent under which anyone who wanted to practice that way could come and would be welcome.